Me mo bibia akwaba e de ba kwam Gentle TV Plus. So me sure na no first time I will share no like no subscribe e bi wi anu a share na do. Comment yes at comment section also e de amaye. Adofo enen nsem die chenda se de dan de da sori a yete nsem fa eye a political party si hu e bi ni aboabo bia no e de besom mo. Me person kasa be yete ntinti me enko ni nkuti de obi bias.
There is little history in the world that a person has laid down his life for the sake of his sake. May 15, June 4, 1971, and 31st December 1981. That is the man, the leader, our founder, the inspirer, life left Jerry John Rawlings. Great fighter. Rest in perfect peace. Quality of
of NDC, in Nigeria,
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Honorable Dr. Senator Jerry Rawlings. National Chairman, General Secretary, is asking for permission to leave for another event after the National Summit. Let us all rise.
Let us come. Oh, Kedas may come, Kedas may go, but the revolution has come to stay. Revolution has a long way to go, but has come to stay. Shall we put our hands together for ourselves?
Choboy! 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 National Chairman, the General Secretary, senior comrades, cadres, members of the Akatamanso family, Nime, Name, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I would like to stand on previously established protocols. Today I stand here with great humility and an opportunity to share a few reflections on the 43rd anniversary of the 31st December Revolution. My only sadness is that my father, the late Flight Lieutenant Jerry John Rawlings, was not here to witness this today. May his soul and the soul of all our fallen heroes rest in peace. Comrades, as wonderful as our victory is since this general election, I've only felt this weight of responsibility that is placed upon our shoulders with the high expectations that Ghanaians have of us. The people of Ghana are expecting that the National Democratic Congress will come and recalibrate and reset the moral compass of this country. And so we don't have time to rest. I'm not sure about how much celebrating we can do, because the amount of work that is ahead of us is so huge. The people of Ghana have placed a very heavy burden on us. But I know that because we have worked hard for this victory, knowing what lay ahead, we are ready for the work that we have to do. The NDC is inheriting a broken family, a wounded nation. This nation has become so polarized it's hard to recognize ourselves anymore. A nation that has now been divided not on right and wrong, but on partisanship, on cronyism and corruption. Not a single aspect of our society has been spared from the tsunami of the NPP government of these 8 years. And so we each have a responsibility to play wherever we find ourselves, to restore, to reset, to recalibrate. Ghana has moved so far, of course, that His Excellency President-elect John Dramani Mahama will need the best people on board to steer this country back on track. We are duty-bound to do what is right by the people of Ghana, for the sake of those who died in the pursuit of our liberty, and for the sake of those yet unborn. Permit me to go down memory lane. When in the 80s, millions of Ghanaians were forcibly expelled from Nigeria and arrived on the shores of Ghana, coming through our borders. The whole world expected Ghana to collapse. But that did not happen. And the reason was because we had good leadership and good followership. My fellow comrades, it's not enough to have good leaders. We as the citizens must also make sure we are keeping our leaders and ourselves accountable and on the path of the straight and narrow. That is the only way we can bring Ghana to her former glory and make Ghana truly the pride of this continent yet again. We have presided, or perhaps we have been unfortunately part of a group of people who have weaponized our democracy against us. That is not what democracy is about. And we have a solemn duty to restore the power of the people. But as citizens, we must not think that government is us and them. We make up the government, and we have that responsibility. So please, let's not look at a few people who are holding positions and think that they are the only ones who are responsible for doing what is right. We must all steer this country back on track. We must not allow arrogance, pride, and hubris to fill our hearts because of this victory. Because that will be the beginning of our downfall. We must maintain that humility. We must maintain that integrity. We must maintain the principles on which the revolution was founded, which finally gave birth to this fourth republic that we are trying to restore. My dear comrades, if the foundation on which this fourth republic was built was not strong enough, believe me, Ghana would have descended into chaos by now. And so we have a legacy that we can hold on to, and something that we must go back to. If there was ever a time for us to talk about Sankofa, this is the time. We need to make sure that we have leadership with integrity from the top to the base. We must hold one another accountable. We must make sure that we reinstitute consequence management, which means that if we do so properly, this psyche that people have of impunity will finally be put to rest. People must be held accountable for what they do. And those who do the right thing must be recognized for doing the right thing. It's time we celebrated our heroes for doing the right thing. And shaming those who use their positions to destroy and use their incumbency to amass wealth at the expense of the people of this country. The resources of this country are not meant for one family, one ethnic group, and definitely not for one party. The mandate that the people of Ghana have given us is a sacred one and a solemn one. We are at a dangerous crossroads, at a time in our history where we are surrounded by unrest, where we are surrounded by democratic reversals. We need to show that the path that we are on is the path of righteousness and the path towards a sustainable future where the integrity and dignity of all Ghanaians is assured. That is what the NDC represents, and that is what the people of Ghana are expecting of us. So wherever you find yourself, whether you're a member or a sympathizer or an executive of the NDC, your job now and for the next 4 years is to be the conscience of the people of Ghana, playing on the minds of your representatives in government as we get sworn into office on the 7th of January. As I conclude, I would like to quote a part of a speech by the then chairman of the PNDC in 1988, and I quote, "For many years we had allowed indiscipline, injustice, corruption, and unbridled lust for wealth of a few to destroy the moral fabric of our society. The obvious result of such widespread laxity was economic stagnation and social degeneration. But here lies the pride in being a Ghanaian. We know when enough is enough." And that is what the people of Ghana demonstrated on the 7th of December 2024 in voting the NPP out and telling them that enough is enough. Ladies and gentlemen, today is the last day of the year 2024. This is a day when we have our personal introspection about what the year has been for us and about what our hopes and aspirations are for the year ahead. As you take time out to reflect on your lives, I beg of you to do same for our beloved motherland, Ghana. Think about this country and what it has taken us to get to this point. Think about what it has taken for people in 8 years to bring us to our knees as a country. But how, by our defiance on the 7th of December, we rose up again and we are standing strong. Let us think about how, as a collective, sharing a vision of making this country a better place for ourselves, for the future generations, how we will work together with the common ideals laid down by our forebears, knowing that we may not necessarily reap the goodness that we may sow, but understanding that we do so with the choice of a legacy that we leave behind for the sake of the generations yet to come. Ladies and gentlemen, I wish you Godspeed. May God bless us all, and may God take us into the new year with the courage, the strength, the common vision, and our principles to carry this country into a better place than we have found it. Thank you very much, and God bless you all.
Okay. 43 years ago, Jerry John Rawlings shook the airwaves. Fellow countrymen, as you would have noticed, we are not playing the national anthem. In other words, this is not a coup. I ask for nothing less than a revolution, something that is transformed the social and economic order of this country into reality on a bonito. We are asking for nothing less than the plan to organize this country in a way that nothing will be done at the castle without the participation of the ordinary people. That's what the Keda concept. The atmosphere was serene. The masses have welcomed the 31st December revolution. Hopes have started visiting homes. Brains met. Ideas gathered and mobilized, organized. The masses have taken solid decisions. They have started joining the organs of the revolution. June 4, CDR, CDO, 31st, and what have you. Essential commodities were scarce to come by. And the enemies of the revolution took advantage and they seized Mowaks, recruited to DBC, and announced, fellow citizens, this is Lance Corporal Haldu Jiwa, the commander of the Arrows. The universities are open. Captain Kotochikata should report. Aye! The country was under siege. The dissidents have taken over. And the cadres over arms organized themselves. Aluta! And they blocked the trains. Captured them. Cadres everywhere are vociferous. Cadres everywhere are pivotal to the cause. No matter how discriminated they are. And no matter how poor they are. And no matter. Cadres are always remain solid. United, fearless, Aluta. Notice, some sick, no hope. Some remain in wheelchairs. Some blind and maimed. Oh, when will the remaining ones be rewarded? Chairman, when will the remaining ones be recognized? Celebrated before they depart to meet their maker. Cadres appears alone, hypnotizes the masses. Cadres over arms are fearless. Yet, when they hear the heart and soul song, Revo, revolution has a long way to go, but I come to stay. Some makes their depths in the drains. Who will listen to them? Who will fight for them? Who will console them? Who will heal their wounds? And who will take phone and answer them? Mind you, who will keep some of the JJ jokes? So I'm not one to an original. I need to say me any papa. Me only papa so some no or onyai. Today, John Mahama is coming to wipe your tears. He's coming with the solid vision of the 24-hour economy. Grab it with your two hands. It's a policy filled with megaship, pregnant with benefits, incentives galore, so that cadres will be taken care of. We, the cadets of the revolution, we shall pour libation in calabash fresh full of palm wine. And when the battle cry begins to sound, the sleeping ghost of our ancestors shall rise. All shall rise. JJ shall rise. JJ shall rise. JJ Rawlings shall rise for the hot battle of the earth to help the mama to succeed. Aluta!
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Very reluctant to make it a party program. Somehow, I don't know, my spirit doesn't really feel always very comfortable when it's turned into a party program. Because my worry is always this. If we create the impression that these great principles or these foundations belong to only one party and not to the other, it creates a false impression that we have a nation full of angels in one party and full of devils in another. And I've never believed in that. I want to begin by saying that even on